everybody, it's Roy from ANS Gear. We're going to show you an accessory for your guns today. This is the Archon Bottomline kit with ASA and Foregrip, and it is pre-lined with steel braided hosing. It is just a foregrip. It is not an expansion chamber. It is not a regulator. It is just a foregrip, something to hold on to. So if you have a gun like this, this is a Spider Victor. It's kind of one of the current Spider Victors. You can see it does not have a foregrip or anything to hold on to it. It just has a line that comes straight in. So if your gun that you have right now, it looks similar to like this, or to this, and your line comes up, really doesn't have a foregrip on it, and you can thread it off of the vertical ASA, this kit will work for you. It does need to thread off and have a thread like this at the top of it where it can screw in. If it goes directly into the body, where the hose itself directly threads into the body, then this won't work for you. But if you can unscrew it or thread it out, this should work. The bottom, this particular Spider is a inline hole pattern on the bottom. Certain Spiders or older guns have a offset hole pattern, but this accommodates both of them. As you can see here, it does have the offset hole pattern and it has the straight hole pattern, so either one should work if you have those particular styles. Install is very, very simple. We're just going to take the bottom 2 screws out of the original ASA. And we're going to pop those out, and then we are going to unscrew the ASA out of the gun, or out of the vertical ASA, I should say. And then we're going to be done with that. Now, this Bottomline setup, this steel braided line, it's just screwed together, so it's very arbitrary as to where it's going to end up when you install it on the gun. It could be perfect and line up just right. You could have to kind of bend the hose a little bit to get it to line up right. If it's way off and you're having to kink the hose and get it off of there, I would recommend undoing the fittings because they are Loctited into place, resetting them and putting it back together so that it lines up a little bit better. This one lines up pretty close. I do have to kind of bend it. So as you can see, I can screw this in to where it stops. So it stops right there. And if I was just to bend this straight back, you can see that it really doesn't line up right on the bottom right here. It's about 90 degrees off. But I can kind of turn it and put it there. And this little bend that I have in this hose, not too bad. Not the worst bend that I've ever seen. So I'm going to take my screws and I'm going to put them in there. Now these 2 screws that came out of this ASA, as you can see, this ASA is pretty thick, so the screw travels through the entire thing. This drop forward that I'm mounting onto the gun here is very, very thin. So this screw is actually too long in reality to mount this up. It won't thread all the way in. So I would have to get a shorter screw, and these Archon kits don't come with screws. So it really comes down to the original mount bracket or the original mount screw that you have, whether it will go on perfect or you're gonna have to get a new set of screws. So you can see I can screw this down and it will hold, but that's as far as my screw will go in right there before it hits on the inside of the frame. So this definitely isn't gonna work as we see it right here. But for demonstration purposes, screw that one in. And you can see the setup is very, very simple. And the way this line setup is on here, it's not terrible. You're inside of the way your hand, you wouldn't see it very different if you had to run it the other way anyway. So if you've got an older gun or even a current gun that doesn't have a foregrip on it and you would really like to put one on there because it does make it a little bit easier to handle the gun, check out the Archon Bottomline kit with foregrip and ASA. It's available through the website. Installation is very simple. Order yours now through ansgear.com.